Hi friend, welcome back to the third tutorial of iPhone app development. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss tag views. If you haven't gone through my previous tutorial on auto layout, please click the thumbnail and get back to it before going further, because we will be discussing about the auto layout in this tutorial also, and we will be just proceeding with that project which we used in the auto layout part. So let's start. For the stack view, we will be covering the definition of the stack view. We will discuss about the definition of the stack view, and we will also discuss what is a stack. We will be discussing the important properties of the stack view, and we will be discussing the content hugging priority and the content compression resistance priority in this tutorial, and we will discuss these two features of the auto layout for the UI stack view. Last but not the least, we will discuss iOS interview question related to the stack view and auto layout. So let us begin with our project. Now coming to our previous project, if you remember, we created two buttons, like and share button. And on the click of the like button, we were just removing the like button from the super view, and the share button was acquiring the entire space of both the button like this. So we use a constraint priority for doing this. Now using a constraint priority was a little bit more lengthier process than using a stack view. We can do the same process, so same thing using a stack view. So let us do the same thing using a stack view, and it will be clear. It will become more clear for you how a stack view leverages the auto layout, power of auto layout. So we will just select our previous two buttons, going to our earlier project and selecting these two buttons, and we will just clear all the constraints of these two buttons. How we will clear the constraints? We are going to select this icon, which is located in the rightmost portion of the storyboard, and we will click on clear constraints. This is going to clear all the constraint of these two buttons. You can see a warning over here. Yes, the warning will appear because we haven't provided any constraints for these two buttons. Let us see the warning. It is saying that localization is so, so these are the warning. We don't have to worry about these warning because we are now going to use a stack view. So select these two buttons and embed these two buttons inside a UI stack view. So how you will embed these two buttons inside a stack view? Just click this icon. This icon is meant for embedded in. You can see it is written over here, embedded in. So clicking this icon will provide you a drop down, and it goes with view, view without inset, scroll view, and last but not the least, the stack view. So we will select the stack view. Now our button is embedded in a stack view. We have to provide a constraint for our stack view, and the constraint will be horizontal, aligned vertically in the container, aligned horizontally in the container, and we will provide a width and a height. So let us do that quickly. We will select this icon. We will put horizontally in a container, vertically in a container. Our stack view will be aligned horizontally in our inside a view, and it will be aligned vertically inside our view. We will add these two constraints, and now we will provide width and a height. So we are going to provide for providing a width and a height. We are going to use one important constraint, that is the multiplier of the constraint. So we will learn about creating the multiplier. We have already learned how to use a multiplier of a constraint, so we are going to do that. For that, we will select this stack view, and we will drag this stack view to our view and leave it here. And you can see here it comes, equal width and equal height. This is equal width and equal height. We will select both of them. Here we have selected equal width, and now we will select equal height. Now it will be equal width and equal height. Now we will just edit our constraint going to the attribute inspector. So we can see proportional width and proportional height constraint are added to our attribute inspector. So we are just going to edit a proportional width and we can see that multiplier is 0.3, but for the width we need the multiplier to be 1 because we want our stack view to acquire entire space. Either we can use 1 or we can use 0.9, 0.8. So let us use, first of all, let us see what 1 will do. 1 on 1, it will acquire entire screen or entire width. The width is acquiring the entire width of the super view. So we need a little gap between the trailing and the leading part. So we are going to use 0.8. Let's see. It is looking good. So 0.8 is good for the multiplier. Again, for the height, we will click on the edit, and for the height, we need a 0.1. That will be okay. If you want the height to be a little more greater and a little more smaller, you can use your own multiplier. So I have used 0.1. Now you can see we are getting one error. But we don't have to worry about the error because we are going to discuss all the property of the stack view, and on discussing these property, this error will be gone. After discussing all the property, the error will be gone. So just to do one thing, select the distribution property to be fill equally, and you can see the error is gone, and you can see that the like and the share button are looking good. Just relaunch our app and you can see the difference. Click on the like button, you can see the same effect goes on but with lesser effort. So now we have discussed what is a stack view. Here going to the definition part, a stack view is something that leverages the power of auto layout. We have seen how it leverages the power of auto layout because we were using the constant priority. Previously it was a little bit lengthy. Using a stack view made it more easier. So it leverages the power of auto layout, creating the user interface that can dynamically adapt to the device orientation, screen size, and changes available in the space. So let us quickly check our project for different device orientation, screen size, and the space available in the container. Let us rotate our device. We will press window plus arrow key to rotate our device, and our device will be rotated. This is a landscape, and yes, our button is looking nice. So let us now check for different screen size. We will select iPad screen. We will select iPad Air and we will relaunch our app. So you can see the iPad Air is launched, and now we will see our project for this. So this is iPad Air. Our project is looking nice in iPad Air. The buttons are aligned properly and the height and the width of the button has been multiplied or used according to the size of the screen. So it is looking very nice. Now we will rotate our device, pressing window key and window plus arrow key. Now it is also looking nice for different device orientation. Now we have seen that the app is looking nice for different device orientation and different device size or screen size. Now we go to the definition part. It is written that can dynamically adapt to the device orientation, screen size, and any changes in the available space. So we are going to check changes in the available space. So for that, we have already checked that we were just removing the like button and the share button was acquiring the entire space. So this means the available space, it is acquiring the remaining space of the available area. So this is working properly for all the three cases. We have now discussed what is a stack view, and now we will discuss the important properties of stack view. Before coming to the important property, let us quickly come to the definition of a stack. Stack is the ordered collection of an item where the addition of a new item and removal of existing item always take place at the same end. The end is commonly called top and opposite of the top is called base. Insertion and deletion can be done either by LIFO, that is last in first out, or FIFO, first in first out. And what is the example of this tag? You can see, if you have placed a plate one over another in your kitchen, you can say you have a stack of a plate put in your kitchen, kept in your kitchen. So this is what the stack is. So for coming to the definition, coming to the important property of the stack, now we can say that a stack view is a stack of a view. Similar to the stack of a plate, we can say a stack view is a stack of a view. And a stack of the view, how the view is placed, accordingly we have a property of a stack view. So important property, coming to the important property, let us discuss that one by one. We have access, distribution, we have alignment, we have the content hugging priority, content compression ratio. So before coming to discussing all these, let us see these things in our project that will make it more clear for you. So let us open our project. Just select a stack view in your storyboard and you will see all the property here. We have selected and going to our attribute inspector, we can see that we have different property like access, alignment, distribution, spacing, content mode. Content mode is the property of a view, so we don't have to discuss all these, but these are the main important properties: access, alignment, distribution and spacing. And the content hugging priority and content resistance priority are the property of auto layout. We will discuss them for the stack view as well as for the auto layout. So first let's start with the access. You can see you have selected a stack view and here it is written access and we have taken the horizontal axis. Let us just select a vertical axis from this drop down and you can see the difference. Just select a vertical, yes. You can see the same button are now aligned vertically. So this is what the axis is doing. It is putting the view in either horizontal or in a vertical alignment. So we can say that the axis along which the subview are positioned, horizontal or vertical, is the axis property of a stack view. Now let us check the distribution. Before going to the distribution, we have an alignment, but we will start with the distribution first. Distribution, it is written fill equally. We will select fill and you can see a error over here. If we select proportionally, error is gone. If we select equal spacing, error, here comes a error. If we use a equal centering, it comes a error. So we used a fill equally. Now fill created an error. Now coming to the next property, let's check this inside our attribute inspector. It is written alignment. So we can see the drop down provide us the alignment for fill, top, center and bottom. We have used a fill. If we use a top, you see the button is moved aside to the top. Center, the button is put in a center, and bottom, button is kept inside the bottom. You can correlate this with the alignment of your if text inside a document that is a Word, Google Sheet or Google Word. There you have an alignment of a text aligned to the bottom, top, left. So you can correlate this with that. So this is a alignment property. Going to the definition, we can say that alignment property is about the alignment, how the subview are aligned: leading, left aligned, trailing, right aligned, centered and fill. So this is a alignment property. Now coming to the distribution property. For the distribution property, if you can see, we have used a fill equally. What happen if we use a fill? We get an error. First of all, let us just take fill inside alignment. We get an error. Let's check what is the error. What the error is saying? It is saying that set a horizontal hugging priority to 249 for the like button and set the horizontal hugging priority to 251 for the share button. So for that we will discuss these two properties of auto layout, that is content hugging priority, content compression resistance priority. So let us start with a content hugging priority. What is a content hugging priority? We can say a content hugging priority means a hugging or holding a content size of a view. Holding the content size of a view. So let us just check this in our project. But we will go through a view with a lower priority expand when a UI stack view size is increased and vice versa. A value is 250 by default. This means a view with a value 251 would have a lesser size. The value with 249 or less would take up the available space of the stack view. So let's discuss all these things in our project. First of all, we see a like and share button. It is saying to put the hugging priority to 249 and 251. We have seen that the default property of hugging priority is 250. 249 means we are decreasing the value. So 249 means we are decreasing. So we have just decrease the value of a like button to 249 and a share button is increased to 251, and we can see that the error is gone. Now just let us just increase and decrease the size of the stack view, and we will see that if we increase the size of the stack view, lower priority button should expand and the higher priority button should contract. So lower priority button is like button and higher priority button is share button. So the like button should expand. Just we will select the stack view, and first of all let us take the width to be 0.5, and now increase the value. We can see if we have decreased, we will increase the value to be 6. You can see that the like button is taking the more space than the share button, because the like button has a lower priority, it is taking more space, and the high priority share button is taking the less space. So this is very much similar to our definition part. The lower priority will expand and the higher priority will contract. 250 is the default value and the content hugging priority for UI stack view. So we have discussed the content hugging priority for UI stack view here. We will discuss the content hugging priority for our auto layout in the last part of this tutorial, discussing the iOS interview questions. So please watch this video to the end and you will get it more clear what is a content hugging priority for auto layout and what is a content hugging priority for stack view. For the stack view, it is clear that for a stack view, let us just summarize about the content hugging priority. Content hugging priority for a stack view. content hugging priority for the stack view means holding or hugging means hugging the content size of the view. So holding the content size of the view. So content size of a view. What is a view? Inside a stack view. UI stack view, we have put a UI button. So content size of a UI button. Holding the content size of the UI button inside a stack view. So lower priority will expand and higher priority will contract. Lower the priority, the view will expand, and higher the priority view will contract, on increasing and decreasing the size of the stack view. So if it is required that the size of the stack view, let's just relaunch our app and check this for a landscape mode. And for the landscape mode, the width of the stack view will be increased, and we will see that the size of the like button will be increased, and the size of the share button will hold its value, will not increase. It will hold its value means the content size, what is written inside the button, it will acquire that much space only, and for the like button it will take the entire space. So let us just run our app in a different mode. First of all, let us run our app for iPhone 11 only and just check. Okay, relaunch our app. So you can see landscape. The share button is taking only that much space that is required for the content that is shared. It is the text written. This only it is taking that much space accordingly to the text written, and the like button is taking the entire space. So this is what the distribution we used. A distribution we have used. What distribution? We have used a fill distribution. So in a fill distribution, this is what the content hugging priority means. So we will just rotate our device, and yes, it is looking good. Now let's check this for iPad also. For the portrait, yes, and for the landscape, same. So okay, now so we have discussed the content hugging priority. Let's just discuss the next priority part, that is content compression resistance priority. So what is a content compression resistance priority? A content compression resistance priority means resisting the compression of the size of the view. A view with a higher value priority means the size of the view won't be compressed if the stack view size is decreased. The default value is 750. So let us just discuss this in our project. We have two buttons, and we can see that we have two property, content hugging priority and content compression resistance priority. Going to the content compression, just decrease the value of the content compression priority for like button and increase this for a share button. So decreasing means it will resist the compression more. It will resist the compression less, and increasing will resist the compression more. So for we have increased the value, we will just increase the value for the like button, and we will decrease the value for the share button. Okay, we have just increased the value for the like button, and we have just decreased the value for the share button. In higher the value, will resist the compression more. Higher value will resist the compression more. Lower value will resist the compression less. And where to find the compression? We will decrease the value of the stack view. Let us just decrease the value of our stack view, and we will see that the higher value will not be compressed. 5, 0.3. The higher value priority is not compressed, the lower value priority is compressed. So this is compression resistance, content compression resistance priority for UI stack view. Let's just relaunch our app and we will see the difference. For iPad, we don't have the decrease size, so we will check for iPhone 11. So you can see the like button is not compressed. The content is looking proper because it is not truncated or anything like that. And share button, the content is truncated. So this is what the content. With this we come to the end part of our tutorial. Now we are going to discuss iOS interview question. We are going to discuss three main questions that can be asked related to the stack view and auto layout. The first question that is asked most commonly is what is a stack view and what are the different properties of stack view. As we have already discussed this point, you can now explain to the interviewer about the same. What is a content hugging priority, content compression resistance priority, and how you use them to the stack view? This question also is explained in the tutorial. If you haven't gone through the tutorial thoroughly, just start with the beginning and go through the entire video. It is very important for you so that you can answer all the questions related to stack view properly. The third question which we are going to discuss is what is the necessary constraints for UI label and UI view. After discussion of this question, the auto layout, the content hugging priority and the content compression resistance priority of the auto layout will become more clear to you. So let us begin with our project, and we have to open our project, and we have just open your project and just drag and drop one UI view onto above the stack view we have already taken. I am taking this UI view just above the stack view, but not overlapping the stack view, but over the stack view. So now we are going to see how many constraints are needed or how many constraints I can put so that Xcode do not show any warning or error. So if you remember, initially we have added trailing, leading, top and a bottom constraint for a UI view, and it was going okay. So we have basically we used 4 constraints for a UI view, and whatever the constraint you apply for the UI view, the 4 main constraints will be needed. So we can say that for a UI view, we need the 4 important constraints. Just let us see. If we take leading, trailing, center this horizontally, center this vertically. So we have a 4 constraint. I'm going to clear the constraint now. If I'm going to take, let us just provide a good background color to our view. So I'm providing it. I'm just putting this tag view behind this view so that we don't, or I can hide this tag view so you don't have any confusion. So I'm hiding this tag view. So we will clear all the constraint now. Now again we are going to add some more constraint. I am going to add breadth and a height. Breadth and a height. I am getting an error. I am getting an error to position X and Y. So I need a trailing and leading. For X, I will be providing the leading, and for the Y, I will be providing the top constraints. So it is okay, but we needed a 4 constraints. So you can practice this all over again and again, and you will need 4 constraints for a UI view. So we can say for a UI view, the minimum constraint required is at least 4. So now check for a UI label. I will delete the UI view and I will add a UI label here. I am going to just drag and drop a UI label right over here, and I am now going to add the same top and a leading, breadth and a height. No breadth and a height, just I will add a top and leading. Now see, you don't see an error. However, you can see a warning. Warning is saying that trailing constraint is missing, which may cause overlapping of the. So it is a warning, and we will fix the warning without adding any constraint. So for that, we need the content hugging priority. So I am going to the content hugging priority, which means lower the value, the greater the text will hold, the greater the view will hold itself for the content. So if the value is decreased to 250, it will hold its value for the content more. If I increase the value to 252, for fixing this, it is stating that use a fixed leading sizing, use a resizing leading. What are the necessary constraints for UI view and UI label? What does this mean? This means that what is a minimum constraint that is required so that the Xcode do not provide any error for a UI view and for a UI label. So let us just check this for a UI view and then we will check this for a UI label. Go to your project, main.storyboard, and drag and drop a UI view onto your view controller file. Not inside a stack view but outside the stack view. Like this. Let me provide a good background color to this UI view. I have provided a orange background color to this UI view. Now, let me provide two basic constraints, a top constraint and a leading constraint. Add two constraints. I am getting an error. Let me check the error. It is saying that need a width and need a height. So let me provide a width. You can provide a width from here also, but I will go to the file. I will go to the UI view, drag it to the end like this, and I will provide a width like this, and I will provide a height. Error is gone. So I needed a 4 constraint. Let me check this with some another way. I will clear the constraint. Let me provide a leading, trailing. Okay. I am getting the error. Error is saying that need a constraint for Y position. So if I am providing the Y position constraint, again I am getting the error. And it is now saying provide a height. So When I provide the height, I will provide 4 constraints. You can check this for few more way as you like, but if and in any other way, you will need a 4 constraint. So for a UI view, we can say that we need a 4 constraint for a UI view. Now let us check the same thing for a UI label. I'm just going to drag and drop a UI label over here. Let me go to my object library and drag and drop one UI label. Let me drag and drop the UI label inside this view. So coming to that, let me put the label outside the view so it will be more clear to you. Let me just put it below here, over here. So I am just, now we have to provide constraint for this UI label. We will do the same thing that we did for a UI view. I will provide a leading and a top constraint. I will add 2 constraint. Leading it is taking from the stack view, so it's okay. But now let me see, I have provided a leading and it is saying priority multiplier constant and leading, and then it is taking a top from the stack view. That is also okay. Now I am getting a warning, and the warning is saying that the trailing constraint is missing, which may cause the overlapping. So it is a warning but not an error. So it is saying that trailing constraint is missing. It may cause a overlapping. Let me go to the editor and open my preview. Let me double the text of this UI label. No overlapping is happening. After doubling the text, overlapping is not happening. So warning is, it's okay with the warning, but I am not getting any error. So we can say that we need minimum 2 constraints for a UI label. So let me go through this warning. About the UI label. Let me take the top constraint should be from the top of the view, not from the stack view. So I am going to just drag and drop this to the top of the safe area. Getting the warning again, expected the breadth of the and a height, and trailing constraint is missing. Let me just resolve this. It is saying update frame. So update frame is okay. That is not trailing constraint is missing. So use a fixed leading and resizing trailing constraint. Use a resizing leading and fixed trailing. Resizing leading and a fixed trailing. Fixed leading and resizing trailing. What does this mean? Resizing trailing means it is taking greater than equal to relation. So that after doing that, my warning is gone. So it is just taking the greater than or equal relation, and my error warning is gone. So I need only 2 constraints for UI label. So minimum I need 2 constraints for a UI label. Same goes with a UI text view, UI text field and UI label. With this we have come to the end of our tutorial for stack view. Let us summarize what we have learned in this tutorial. We have learned what is a stack view. We have learned definition, what is the purpose of using a stack view, how a stack view leverages the power of auto layout, And we have also discussed all the properties of a stack view. We have discussed the alignment of the stack view, distribution property, access property of the stack view, and we have also learned the content hugging priority and the content compress and resistance priority for a stack view, for a UI stack view. We have discussed some of the iOS interview question related to a stack view. In our next tutorial, we will be learning more about the content hugging priority and the content compression resistance priority for a simple view, a simple UI element, that is without using a stack view. So please subscribe this channel so that you can get all the notification related to my upcoming videos. And for the next video, you will be learning more about the content hugging priority and the content compression resistance priority. So please click the bell icon, subscribe this channel and like this channel. If you like the content of this channel, please share this channel. And that is all for today. Goodbye for now.